Now, this video will be about the story of the I4We initiative itself. And warning, it is long. And it will be in two different parts. Like, I've taken several different approaches to get this initiative going, so there's a lot to say. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Throughout these two parts, I'll mention everything that I've wanted the initiative to achieve and what my goals are, but I'll also be discussing the different strategies that I've taken to accomplish these goals. Like, I've been working on this initiative for a few years now, and this first part is going to be about what I've been doing in the first 2 years and everything that I was doing revolving around getting the initiative going online and through social media. Now, in the second video, I'll talk about my strategy for moving away from doing everything online to getting a ground strategy going, which I've been doing basically over the last year. And again, these two videos are going to be about the initiative and not so much about the symbol. Like, if you're interested in more about the symbol, please check out the previous 3 videos. So bust out your popcorn, because this is going to take a bit. So wow, yeah, where to begin? So it was the symbol that actually came before the I4We initiative. Like, I wanted to create a symbol to unite people in supporting equal opportunity for prosperity. And then I decided it would be good to start an initiative that would facilitate that goal. And then from there, I kind of kept adding to my intent for the initiative and what I wanted it to accomplish. Now, why use a symbol? Because symbols can be a very powerful tool for uniting people for a cause, right? Uniting the masses. Now, quite obviously that throughout history, significant change is typically made by a passion of the masses. And there are different ways to either incite or galvanize that passion. Now, for one, it's like either a major event, and another example is an influential figure, and then associate a symbol with the event or the figure. Universities or schools might use mascots, many religions have their symbols, or sometimes a symbol might represent a movement. Point is, everything that I'm doing was initiated from the idea that the best way to make change is by uniting masses of passionate people toward a cause, and that's why it's the main goal of this initiative. Now, I've had a lot of directions as to where I wanted to go with this initiative, but there's always been 3 main goals. 1, use a symbol to unite people in supporting equal opportunity for prosperity. 2, raise awareness about the issues revolving equal opportunity for prosperity. And 3, a portion of any apparel purchase would go towards scholarships for needing students in developing and developed countries. And it's always been these 3 main goals. It wasn't until recently that I also added the 4th goal of recognizing others for their efforts in providing people an equal opportunity to prosper, but I will elaborate on this a little bit later. So the 3 main goals. I'm going to elaborate now on each of the goals of this initiative and also get into the different strategies that I've taken in figuring out how to go about accomplishing them. And I've gone through many different strategies, such a
massive learning process.
But before I get into goal 1, I want to discuss briefly why I only use the term equal opportunity for prosperity. So there's a difference between using this term and using words like chance or succeed. Using a term such as chance instead of opportunity suggests that whether or not you can prosper or live a prosperous life is up to chance, and that's not a message that I want to get across. Whether or not you can prosper in life should be determined by the opportunities afforded to you and whether or not you choose to pursue them. Now, with the word prosper, it's not, in my opinion, synonymous with success or succeed. Prosperity, as I define it in this case, has a very broad interpretation. And I actually don't even like to be the one to define it because, in my opinion, it's a very subjective term. One may define prosperity as materially related, and another person may have a non-material definition. Happiness, educated, stress-free, not discriminated against, wealthy, socially connected, or however you want to define it, can be a form of prosperity, in my humble opinion.
That's just like your opinion, man.
I might be wrong, but that's why I choose not to use a word like success and not consider it to be interchangeable with prosperity. But yeah, this is why I always say equal opportunity for prosperity. I say it a ton, but there's a reason I do. So first, in regards to goal number 1, the main intent of this initiative, using a symbol to unite people in supporting equal opportunity for prosperity. Now, this definitely has been the most difficult part of this initiative, because how do you do that? Like, how do you take a symbol that nobody has ever seen before and not only inform them about the symbol and its intent, but get them to want to go along with it? Like, where do you even begin with that? And I don't even like saying the second part, really, get people to go along with it, Do I want people to go along with it? Of course I do. Like, it's for them. I'm doing this to help give people an equal opportunity for prosperity. But the idea of getting people to go along with something just sounds like sales and marketing.
And I am passing the savings on to you!
Anyways, I'm digressing. How do you take a symbol that nobody's ever seen before and inform them of its intent? So idea number one, of course, use social media. First step, create a website. Now, I'm not sure whether a website is considered social media, but that's the first thing that I did. So one thing I wanted to mention, and kind of an aside here, is that everything regarding this initiative and the symbol has been of my doing, of my own creation. Like, I've not contracted out a single thing, which means I've had to learn how to do a ton of crap, including different programs and software. So much Adobe, Premiere Pro, After Effects, Photoshop, Illustrator, creating a website on Wix, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, setting up Shopify, setting up a company to print the t-shirts on demand, and linking them to Shopify and the website. What a process. But yeah, every single thing that I've done has been done by yours truly. Aww. Back to website creation. First thing that I did took forever. In it, I include a bunch of different things. Like I mentioned, the intent of the initiative, attempting to raise awareness about the issues. I include statistics on wealth inequality and other social issues. I provide resources like organizations focusing on inequality. I show the apparel and tell how a portion of sales are going towards scholarships for needing students. But I also wanted to get the symbol out to people if they wanted it, which is partly why my first thought was to put it on apparel. Like, this was before my idea of giving it away for free on bumper stickers, which I'll get into that later. So I had to set up a Shopify account and also find an on-demand t-shirt company, which I did, and it's called Custom Cat. It's made up of about 200 people and a company out of Detroit. Wanted to keep it local, but yeah, getting that all set up and linked it to the website, rather arduous. But that's where I started, creating the website, and this is where it gets kind of funny. So this is where I kind of begin to show up just how out of touch I am and was with this initiative and how doing things really work online. Like, I was like, okay, I'm ready. I have everything set up on the website, ready to go. As soon as I hit this publish button on the website, things are going to start to get crazy. Be prepared.
Man, do I sound like an idiot.
No views, no one wanting the symbol apparel, no action. I don't know. In my mind, I was just thinking, it's a good idea, like a symbol to unite people to support equal opportunity for prosperity, right? Something that can unite people for making real change, which why wouldn't people want to be a part of that? And that's where my disconnect with how things really work and with what it really takes to attract people to something online really started to reveal itself. So I figured at some point I'd have to get into social media, but I guess I'd been watching or reading these things about people who would put the dumbest, simplest things on t-shirts and sell a ton of them. And I was like, if they can do that, what if I put a symbol on it to unite people in supporting a great cause? Like, wouldn't people really want to be a part of that? And who knows, maybe someday they will, but simply creating a website wasn't going to be how it got done. So then I started on Instagram. I started putting informative content on it, like stats and data on issues revolving equal opportunity for prosperity and wealth inequality. I was using pics and videos, different stories, but no one was biting. Shocker, people weren't going to Instagram to find out stats on social issues. So then I started going to other people's pages, liking their content, commenting, doing what social media is actually intended for. But I was just spending so much time and not getting a lot of engagement. But I guess, that's just how it's done, right? It takes a lot of time and engagement in order to build a real base and do it by not paying for followers, which has been really tempting. It's hard to explain how near impossible it's been starting social media accounts with literally 0 followers, especially when not wanting to tell friends and family about the initiative, because if it doesn't work, you don't want them to think that you failed at something. But yeah, starting with 0 followers, like, no one wants to follow you if you have hardly any followers. Also, your content will never get showed if you have no followers. So anyways, not having much success on Instagram, started to try out TikTok, but again, just not sure what to be posting. What do the algorithms want to see? What do the people want to see? Again, are people really going to TikTok for info on social issues? I'm guessing most do not unless your content is really good. They want to be entertained in a fun way. And I really don't think that people are going to social media to watch things about good causes. Like, I think they prefer that things are either fun, enjoyable, or at least controversial, but knowing about the good that others are doing probably only has a very small base.
I might be wrong.